There was a very similar situation in a shipyard in Gdańsk. And there were groups of people, and Lech Wałęsa got everything he wanted, and he was ready with a piece of paper coming out saying, "We've won, we got it." And there were bus drivers outside and the train drivers outside, and they said, "So you've won your rights, what about our rights?" And he stopped. Will you, and this is why you have this famous solidarity movement, because when he was stopped, he looked at the people, they were outside under the hammer of the boots of the Soviets, and he said, "Yeah, you're right, we got what we wanted, but what about you?" And here is this lady, this is what she said: "Will you stand in solidarity with the rest of us? Because you guys got what you wanted, but what about us?" So when I decided to come here, I'm risking to be arrested at every moment, everywhere I go. There are criminal charges on me, left and right. We lost count of the charges I have right now. But I decided to come here because I believe that the eyes of the world are fixed on this place, right here. Yes, this little pitiful piece of land. And the eyes of the world are fixed right here on you guys. You are the heroes of the solidarity movement. Don't you dare breaking the line. The whole world is watching you. I was on 60 radio stations driving here, and Americans are saying this to us: when you're done with your tyrants, please come to America and help us do the revolution. Thousands of people are watching you right now, and they're coming tomorrow. You know that? Do you see what is happening outside? The people are bringing food, chili, soup, everything. There's so many people. I've never seen a movement as big as right now. And you've done that. You did it. Now you're going to pack your stuff, take your toys, and go to hell.
Let's go!
Now you're going to cave in just because they threaten you with arrest.
Hell no! Let's go!
Here I am. Do you see me hiding? Do you see me?
Nah, we ain't going. Let's go.
And I said I'm coming. I'm ready to be arrested at any moment. You want to take a piece of me? Take it. I said that to them many times. You see, I'm not afraid of them. They're afraid of us. That's the difference. Do not lose your momentum. You have been waiting 2 years for something like this. Now they're scared, they're afraid. That's why they're bringing all this fear and puffing their muscles, and we're going to be arrested. Don't do it finally. Arrest us all. Can you arrest 4 million Albertans? No. Can you arrest us all? Can you tow every truck, every vehicle? Then start doing it. Now we have a moment in the history of our beloved country finally to deal with the Trudeau Castros and traitors Kennys. It's about time for Canadians to rise up and start roaring.
Let's go! Let's go!
I'm talking about peaceful resolution. I'm not talking about guns and swords. You see, this image right here, it was the most powerful thing I could ever do. And it went viral all over the world because it showed simply me on my knees in the middle of the highway being taken by SWAT team. Why? For inciting people to come to church, participating in illegal church gathering, and officiating a church service. Who do those people think they are? Yeah. Who do they think they are? Kenny, who do you think you are? How dare you come to my church? How dare you come to my restaurant? How dare you come to my school? How dare you? It's about time to take what's rightfully ours. You see, we are not asking anymore. We are demanding. This is our province. This is our nation. I did not emigrate here for my children to be enslaved again. By Kennys? By Hinches? By Toms that doesn't even know if he's a man or a woman?
Let's go!
First, fix your mind. Seek some mental help. Then, maybe you can govern the nation. Where is Trudeau, this coward snake? Where is this viper hiding right now? See, here, for the first time in 2 years, you have the power. You got the power. They have the guns, yes. They have the tasers, yes. They got the military, but I'm telling you, it's all useless when the millions will rise up. Tomorrow you have thousands of Albertans coming. And Saturday, thousands more will come. Who can stop masses like this? Who can stop 10, 20, 50,000 people? Who can do such a thing? No one. There is no tyrant big enough that can stop masses. You pack your stuff, you go to Edmonton, and it will be lots of honking.
We're staying.
It will
Let's
be
go.
lots of stir-up on the road, and lots of promises that will never be met. Here is what Polish people did it. This is how they did it. When they understood how powerful they are in that shipyard, when Lech Wałęsa and others understood, now they want to listen to us because we have blocked the entire thing. They started to say, not just those demands, we want them all. Here is what I want to tell you how this could work. Send a message to the government officials with your ultimatum. You see, for the past 2 weeks, they have been giving you ultimatums. They were puffing their chest, coming with their guns and telling you, you all are criminals, terrorists, racists, xenophobes and homophobes and whatever they could take. They were coming here and they were telling you what to do. Now, you tell them what to do. You go to them and you say this, Mr. Kenny, we're giving you 48 hours until Saturday noon to get rid of every restriction in our beloved province because we are free Canadians. If you don't do that, you be very careful because you have never seen an angry Albertan yet. And I'm again not talking about violence, I'm not talking about swords and guns and all that stuff. You've got the most powerful wings ever. Who can move 1,000 trucks? Who can move 10,000 truckers?
We can.
With 100,000 supporters. I am calling right now every Albertan not to go to Edmonton, but to come here.
Thank you.
Come here.
Let's go.
I am calling every lover of this country to come here and support you. To support here. And to show the villains that you're not going to bow just because Saturday noon. Send a message to the villains and tell them, we have given you ultimatum. Albertans are giving you now ultimatum. If you do not take the restrictions down, watch 100,000 people on the streets at the border. That's power.
Amen.
And I'll tell you what is going to happen. They're going to keep marching. They will come with their guns and the badges and they're going to threaten you. They've done this to me for the past 2 years. I was the first Canadian to be ticketed with the COVID tickets in March of 2020. And yet I'm still standing in front of you. 15 arrests, 100 court cases, 340 citations, and I'm still standing in front of you. How come? Because our God is bigger than their God. Because we stand on the right side of history. Because we are doing what is right and just. We are doing this for our children. Look at this girl here. Look at her eyes. What kind of a nation she's going to have in a few years? That's up to you, every one of you. You are deciding today what kind of Canada is going to be for her. You see, my people, in my country, in 1980, finally they said, our children are worth fighting for. And they did it, and they took it to the streets, and they paralyzed the entire system. Yes, thousands were arrested. Yes, people were tortured and beaten. Yes. There is a price attached to freedom. How do you think the Second War ended? Millions had to die. How do you think the First War ended? Millions had to die. And that's the price that we have to be willing to pay if our children are going to have a free and democratic society. This is our time. For 2 years we have been dancing polka with them. For 2 years we have been trying our best to reason with the villains. But I know villains. See, bully will never stop bullying. He will keep stealing from you all the time. They have big appetites, those greedy dogs. You have power now. Don't give it away.
Yeah, freedom's not free.
The eyes
not free.
of the world again are here on this little border. And the world is watching you. Will you give in? Will you stop fighting? Will you stop defending the rights of the free Canadians?
No!
And now you have some, for whatever reason, just before we are going to get our freedom, I'm telling you, give up. Right before thousands of people are willing to come to support you, now you're going to abandon them. What are you going to say? Oh, we've changed our plans? What are you going to say to those today and yesterday? Every single minute I got thousands of messages. Thousands. I mean, this thing never stops. People saying we're coming to courts. We're coming to the Milk River. We're coming to support. We're bringing. What do you need? What do they need? We're coming. Thousands upon thousands of people are coming. They don't have enough RCMP officers to deal with that. They don't have enough army to deal with that. Remember, you have the power now. Do not give it away just because it feels right. And yes, some of you might be arrested. Yes, some of you might pay the price. I'm not going to kid you that it's pleasant and beautiful on concrete in jail facing the biggest guns in the country. It's not. They don't treat us well over there, especially when you're a pastor. 3 days on concrete and 2 nights. Every half hour they banged on my door. They did not allow me to sleep for 3 days and 2 nights. They roughed me up. They stripped naked me. They put chain on my leg. And yet I'm still here with you.
Yes.
Those people don't play fair. They're coming here with their badges and they're telling you that they represent the law. No, they represent lawlessness.
Yep.
They are gangsters for the biggest mafia that there is, Kenny's Mafia. And it's up to you now, for the first time in 2 years, to rise up, to stand up, and to hold the fort. And if this is our Alamo, so be it. And if you don't want to be here, no one is stopping you. You can take your car or your truck and you can go. There is a huge rally in Calgary. There is a huge rally in Edmonton. You can join them. No one will think of you as a coward. Everyone has to face the giants of the land. But I'm telling you, there is this huge opportunity right now that we have been given. God has given us this moment in history. Why? Because international media are watching you right now. That's power.
Yes, watching.
During 1980, there was an order to shoot the protesters, to kill them. But because of the American media, they backed away from doing this because they knew the whole world will see what is happening in Gdańsk in 1980. Right now, the whole eyes of the entire world are fixed on this little place. And you can do the right thing, or you can park and honk around Parliament, legislature, fine. But I'm telling you, they're honking around Parliament right now for a week. How long are we going to be honking? For a month? For 2? They're not really afraid of our honks. What they're afraid of is this. People coming together and paralyzing their system. Polish people did it the right way. They said, we shall not cooperate with the villains. We do not work for the KGB and Russians. We will not work for you anymore. They walked out of their jobs. Albertans, walk out of your jobs. In solidarity with the truckers, say to your employers, you're implementing those mandates, I will not give you my money and I will not work for you. If every man and every woman would do that, within a week, all the mandates would be gone.
And this is Chris.
That's how.
Henry, license.
We have started something that they cannot stop, so they have to. They have to use psychological warfare, threats, or terror, fear, or arrest you. Well, here I am. I'm sure there are some spies here. You want to arrest me? I'm not hiding. Arrest me. And from jail I will be yelling and screaming the same message. Canadians, rise up, stand up. So that's what I want to have to say. In 1981, tens of thousands of Polish people were arrested. In 1981, they outlawed Solidarity movement. They said anyone that belongs to that movement will be arrested anywhere. My wife's mother wanted to escape the hell, the communistic hell, and she was caught. My wife was born in prison. I know what I'm talking about. I know because I lived through it. And I'm telling you, for the sake of your children, here is your opportunity to hold the fort. Do not break the line. Don't do it. And may God help us all, because we don't fight with guns and swords. We don't fight with tasers and the police vehicles. We don't. We just want to go back and work hard and achieve something and provide for our families. We just want to be left alone. But they're not leaving us alone. And they keep coming and coming with more and more and more, and this will never end. You thought when you get the first job it's going to end. I told you 2 years ago, they came for the pastors, be sure of it. They're going to come for you as well. Look at us. We all are in this pickle together.
Yes, we are.
Do you see them stopping? Trudeau Castro has bought 12 jobs for every one of you. He has big plans, this boy. I'm telling you, we gotta break those plans. We have to stop them in the middle of them running. So be blessed. 82 came. It was hard. It was hard to see machine guns and check stops and military everywhere and tanks, and it was very hard. It was very hard. You couldn't go out. There was curfew. So many people arrested. So many people tortured. So many beaten. And yet, they held the line. They did that. And in 1989, the Iron Curtain got broken. And the Berlin Wall has fallen. And the eyes of the world was watching all of that. And solidarity has become a symbol of freedom and resistance. In 1989, Poland had the first free and democratic election after the Second War. We don't have elections anymore, friends. Don't kid yourself. You think we've elected our officials? They were appointed. We have no say in democracy anymore. We've lost democracy. Canada is not a democratic nation anymore. And if those 2 years didn't show you that, then you must be blind. We need our country back. How are you going to get your country back? If you're not going to stand up, stand up. And thousands are coming to help you to stand up. Be blessed.